A 6'8" forward.
Levine roll.
Yep. He is bad bout of the flu. We've seen more and more of Modest Bruzelis. He makes the start again tonight. Accelerating, driving, and just rims out as he challenged Durant.
I like that high pick and roll. That's the play they used to run for Patrick Williams when the
Tobias Harris as he knocks down the jumper. This is a team that Stacey talked about. It's not really a surprise that their trajectory has taken them to this point. They've won more games than any of the last 6 years. Kobe White on target. Sar Thompson aggressively.
They're really making noise in the NBA.
Turnover by Dosunmu. Harris the other way. And he'll lay it in. 7 well documented here in most of their losses, and that has been one of those turnover issues, getting up into the air with nowhere to go, one of the original Cardinals sins of the game. There's White on the drive. Vucevic leaves it for Bruzelis. Looking on Harris, late in the clock, gotta go. Forced it up and just Bruzelis almost looked like he was about to pass it while he was in the air. Realized the clock was winding down and shot it. Tim Hardaway Jr., another veteran on this group. Those are 0 for 3 to start the night. Vucevic drives on the smaller Asar Thompson. Had it stripped by the excellent young defender. Asar Thompson is becoming a very strong defensive player in just his second year. Trying to figure out the offensive end, but he's had some decent games.
They speak very highly of him. I feel like he's going to be a very good two-way player.
Nice defensive play by White. Finds the slam dunk contest. Bulls in San Francisco on Saturday night. It's Max McClung and Andre Jackson and Stephon Castle in the dunk contest. His leader in dunks now that Zach LaVine is in Sacramento. Another Ellis on the push. That's knocked out of bounds with active hands from Harris. A Duncan 30th dunk as a rookie. LaVine had 45 in his 42 games with the Bulls. Had a nice one the other night for Sacramento against Dallas. This alley-oop, little back cut. Here's Cunningham with the cross against Dosunmu, and he sets up Asar.
Can score.
And he comes back with 2. Cunningham guarded by Dosunmu, same draft class. We talked about this matchup 8 days ago. Dosunmu takes a lot of pride against guys who were drafted before him. Cunningham number 1, Dosunmu in the 3rd. Weighs about 230, 240. He's packed on some muscle.
He plays big. Yep. Always been a big guard.
Giddy. Shot clock's down to 7. Dosunmu stepping back behind the 3-point line. Rebounded.
Drives to the basket. You got to get Vooch inside a little bit, post up, try to play through him. Everything's on the perimeter.
Cunningham off target. Williams came in for Bruzelis after 3 minutes.
That's a good defense.
Hassling by Asar Thompson. Williams working on Tobias Harris with a fadeaway jumper that won't got by Vucevic to keep it alive, and it was last touch. Here's Vucevic. Lines up 3. Bruzelis and Giddy both came in, and Giddy was there for the follow. Cunningham, the kick. Tobias Harris, no. Nice rebound by Vucevic, was calling for it. Giddy threw it, but off the rim.
Got numbers.
Thompson back, lobs it up top, and Harris is in.
Thompson is a really good young player.
Giddy flew in there for the offensive ball. Nice move.
Right now the Pistons.
That was blocked by it, and the Bulls are going to have to call timeout. He is the problem. Is he throwing himself into the...
Is he buttered?
That's the question. But buttered Benny the Bull is what you're asking now.
Plan one.
Beasley fouls Trey Jones, headed to the free throw. Guy wants a pop. Now the appetite is focused on one very specific thing.
I'll land on Thursday, February 20th at 7.
Trey Jones is on a 3-team deal that brought him to Chicago. Missed some time early in the season with a couple of different injuries, but he's been a very productive guard, especially a true point guard in his career thus far. He's a decent defender. Fontecchio took him to be in the NBA, an alpha type of player, an alpha type.
You got to see DeMar. You got to see Alex Caruso. Hey.
Williams picks up the foul. First on the Bulls. Cunningham, he is.
The Bulls have to get better at help defense. And that was a drive to the basket, a direct line. And no one stepped up to help Patrick Williams on that play.
Nice back by White.
All the rotation right there, the help defense by the Pistons. Montego came all the way from the other side to try to contest that shot. Should have been an and-one.
Smith had a nice feed that time. Isaiah Stewart leaves it for Malik Beasley, who has made the second most three behind Anthony Edwards this year. They're the only two players that have made 200. White put the moves on Beasley. The kick to Jalen Smith. He lets Stewart clear. Left it short.
Oh, nice pass.
Impactful minutes from Cade Cunningham.
6 assists for Cade Cunningham in 5 minutes.
In 8 minutes. Williams got bumped that with Jalen Smith and Kevin Herter. Had a 3 in his Bulls debut on Saturday. Zach Collins did not play against the Warriors on Saturday with Vucevic banged up a little bit, although he is back on the bench. I'll be curious if Collins gets some run. Williams, a tough shot
by Patrick Williams.
Here's Dennis Schroeder, the new addition to this Pistons team. He made his debut against the Hornets in their Sunday victory. Played about 15 minutes. He's going to give Cade Cunningham a breather. Beasley,
Beasley is shooting the ball extremely well this season for the Pistons.
Good find by Herter. Jones lets Schroeder clear and lays it in.
You know, he's more of a small forward right now. 3-guard rotations. He's going to play that small forward role. But he's a very...
Leaving him in there right now. Stewart couldn't connect with Schroeder that time. Bulls on the push. It'll be White all the way. Williams. Well, Holland out of G League Ignite. Modest Buzelis' teammate last year. Beasley off the screen, his second 3.
Yeah, they do a...
Kobe White answering. Unable to connect, just to round it out. So here is Schroeder playing with his 3rd team this year. Has had a wild last week. Another one goes down.
You got to get up on him, man. He's shooting the ball extremely well.
Smith on target. Schroeder. Detroit was 0 for 6 from 3 to start the night. And Beasley has caught fire. White trying to hassle Schroeder. And he draws. Dennis.
Like he's got a bad attitude, you know, he's not
this year. Remember a year ago he was traded from Toronto to Brooklyn. Assuming strong right.
He got downhill quick on that high screen.
See if Io can get a little bit more of that going. And Schroeder got dealt a year ago from Toronto to Brooklyn. Brooklyn to Golden State in December. And then last week was traded to Detroit after he had been traded to Utah momentarily. Knocks down that. 16-point lead for Detroit. They've led wire to wire. Phillips, Smith, Dosunmu, Herter, and White. Kobe trying to discard Fontecchio, and he finds an open Smith for Burke. Rebounded by B.
Smith struggling right now, 0 for 3.
Bulls haven't hit a 3. Schroeder misses a 3. Herter slings it in our direction.
Clint Eastwood is unforgiving. He's not going, no facial expressions. He just gets the job done.
Dosunmu flips it. Popovich and now in Chicago.
Well, he's going to get an opportunity. You know, he can shoot the ball. He can post up. He can block shots.
Well, help defense that time on Schroeder for Collins. Herter guarding Fontecchio, a tough drive, the Italian. And the Pistons are doubling up the Bulls. Stewart with a foul. Pocket seats. at Bulls.
He said it was very difficult because obviously he was a young player from the team when you're going through that lengthy of a rehab, but he credited both the Portland and the San Antonio franchises for really sticking with him and helping him find the cure for those ankle surgery woes, and he's obviously been very healthy since then. He said he feels like a similar vibe with this franchise. He feels fortunate to be with what he said was his third straight professional franchise.
Holland misfires, and he did a nice job with Wembanyama too, I thought, during Wemby's rookie year. White misses a chemistry with him. I think he played a little bit of a mentorship role for Wembanyama as well. And nice defense that time by Collins. Stewart hits a 20-point game. Here is Phillips off target, and Fontecchio the rebound.
Well, that's a quick shot by Julian Phillips with no rebounders.
That's threes for Malik Beasley, who looks like he is about to pass Sadiq Bey for the all-time Pistons record for a single season three-pointers made.
Well, right now the Bulls are being outscored by the Pistons bench.
Yeah, bench has 23.
Yeah, 23.
Bulls themselves at 19. Herter had it stripped. Herter throws.
You know, they're really competing.
Here's Beasley off to a hot start. He left that one on it. Here's Giddey on the attack. He left him open, so he takes it first.
0 of 12 from the three-point line.
Holland across the lane. Missed it. Collins and Io downhill, and he scores.
Need to move them, but they've got some pieces. Again, you know, Buzelis really is the key in this development push right now.
He's at the scorer's table, so he'll get prepared to come back into the game. Here is Schroeder. Rebounded by Trey Jones, who is coming in on an expiring contract.
Ooh.
Oh, dangerous pass, nearly picked by Holland. Zach Collins, 4 of 3. Rebounded. Here's shooting the three. Right now, he's about 30% entering action with the Bulls, but he's had better seasons. He has ability. A strong defender. Stewart uses his strength. Sumu is able to raise up. In playoff spots, it started 4 years ago with
young players, but you know what? Him wants to win. Duran, you know, the kid from Purdue.
Jaden Ivey is hurt right now.
Yeah, those guys want to win, man. You know, they want to compete. You got Thompson now, another young player.
There's Holland, the rookie. He was the number 5.
To show these younger kids, you know, how to be pro.
Vucevic is back in.
Well, and another reason too. I mean, Monty Williams really wasn't playing the younger players, and that was one of the reasons why there was a divide, you know, in the locker room for that team. He was going with his veteran guys, and they weren't getting the job done.
Which is 0 for 5 from the field. Monty Williams is now coaching his sons in San Antonio, Texas, at prep school.
And then, again, we talked about this. They're going to go up against guys that are much. It'd be nice for these kids to get as much experience as possible. Julian Phillips, Buzelis. See what you got.
Here is Vucevic. Still their players on the floor, ends up with the offensive rebound. They go to Vucevic. He gets doubled, and Holland picks Sumu. Bulls have it on a wild scramble. Jones ducks through the defense, but misses the layup. Schroeder, touch pass for Cunningham. They're playing together. Holland.
Wild. He's like a wild stallion right now with the wobbly legs.
What a save by Schroeder. It ends up with Dosunmu. Schroeder knocked it free. And he may have not put in that type of effort from a guy like the guy who's been doing it for a long time in this league. There's a putback about following by example, right?
Exactly. And winning's contagious. Once they've tasted wins now. So this young team is like, hey, man, we're pretty good.
We should play with like this.
Yeah, let's go. You know, I think that, you know, when you look at them, they're like, hey, forget the play-in game. We're trying to get into the
top 6 in what is a very top-heavy Eastern Conference. Ron Holland for 3. Vucevic the rebound. In 9 minutes, he's over 6 from the field. Giddey, 1. Cunningham the rebound. Starting to hear some boos and some restlessness from the fans. Cunningham lays it in. This is a 31-point game.
6 in a row.
Vucevic backing down Stewart.
Somebody's got to dot.
Just isolated.
I mean, everybody's standing at the three-point line. You got to get some movement in your offense and not just leave a guy down there by himself to go one-on-one.
Schroeder to Stewart. So now they've got Herter, Giddey, Vucevic, White, and Williams. The starting five is back out there for Detroit. He did. That is the. Just know the Bulls have been outscored by 83 points. They got blitzed in that second half, giving up 77 to Golden State. At one point trailed by 25. Bias kind of bring everybody in during that last timeout. And you know, you pointed it out immediately. What stuck out to you there?
Well, they're locked in. They're locked in as a group. You know, they pulled together and said, hey, I guarantee the conversation was, hey, man, don't let up. Don't let up. They've done a good job. Duran hasn't really done anything for him. He normally is the Bulls killer.
Guys averaging a double-double this season, is usually crashing the glass, but Pistons have made more than 50% of their shots. Hasn't had to do as much work so far. Cunningham spins.
Big time move right there.
He's coming off a triple-double.
He should have been right there.
Williams got blocked by Asar Thompson.
Good defense.
What a recovery. Dosunmu fires, misfires, and Thompson earns himself that rebound with an excellent defensive possession again. And he just powers through Herter. Offensive end two now.
I'm telling you, he's going to be a 3-and-D guy.
Yep.
He calls his physically. I mean, he's playing a straight-up D.
That guy's got all defensive team written all over him in his future. Herter, no. Vucevic the rebound against Harris, and foul. And that's Harris, Vucevic's old Orlando teammate, being the veteran in that role. Bulls are 0 for point range.
And you're not going to get back in the game going one-on-one against this team. You're going to have to move the ball. You're going to have to cut. You're going to have to set some screens. You're going to have to play basketball.
Vucevic, Dosunmu, Williams, Javon Carter, and Kobe White are in. Still the starting five for Detroit. Cunningham.
They're getting high percentage shots through their offense. They're shooting 60% from the field during the first half. Bulls are right now at 20%. 0 for 18 from the three-point line.
White, that was deflected by Cunningham. Excellent defense by Asar Thompson. And is fouled. AP and champion. So he made some noise. LNC. The letters.
What I mean, he is solid. He is solid.
Yep.
He can defend anybody on the floor.
Bulls are 0 for 19 from three-point range, by the way. Harris was trying to set it up for Duran. Here comes Kobe White. Now that time Thompson gets called for the blocks.
Experience. They're getting butts whipped right now. But in a matter of time, they're going to be a team to watch.
A cheer that seemingly was drawn from some restlessness earlier. They have something to cheer about now. But it's sarcastic for now.
20 seconds.
100 seconds left for what has been a half of basketball. It is Williams for three.
With the offense.
Finally on. Cunningham to a cutting to.
That was a nice little move underneath the basket for Cade Cunningham.
He could have shot it too if he wanted to, and his patience led to an assist. Now the run. Vucevic and
The bench to 8 for the Bulls.
Pistons have 37 points in this quarter. Bulls have 29 for the game.
I'll tell you what, the Bulls have got to implore some pressing defense. You know, playing a little bit different offensively.
Cunningham, no.
Defensively.
Yeah. And you've talked about that a lot. Just having pressing lineups would be good. If you get down, let's say, 15 or 20 points in a game, you kind of get that lineup out there to try to maybe
cut the
get
lead.
some turnovers.
You know, try to get it to single digits.
Vucevic against the big body of Duran. Out to Williams for three. No, not score. Well, I don't want to assume. Duran got it.